Welcome to retiring in Japan for, what is it, the 12th day I think it's the 12th day I'm losing track, of August 2025. I'm out walking in the morning alone with Rudy. Ollie did his business and went home with Yumiko. So the rain has been coming down in just blazing. Here it comes. Wind and rain just suddenly comes swooping in like a Southern Pacific Ocean squall. It's kind of exciting. So we get it in between. Here it comes a little bit. That's just the trees, the wind blowing through the trees. Anyway, today it's a Monday, and I had kind of tuned back the store, my eBay store and my fourth wall store, aka a YouTube store, in order to slow down orders so that I could spend some time working on accounting software and shipping solutions, basically workflows for shipping. And I've completed all of that. Yesterday was Sunday. I wasn't going to work at all Sunday yesterday, but Yumiko was feeling under the weather, so she rested and I worked. So I got most of that done. I won't turn things back on really. I want to do a couple of other things. Maybe I will. Anyway, it's going to be a day. I got to list and ship and list and ship and list and ship. That's what I do these days. I should change this from retiring in Japan to listing and shipping in Japan. Okay, we'll head on home, give the dogs breakfast, get my breakfast, Yumiko's breakfast, and start our day. Oh, Yumiko's heading out with her sister today. They're going to do something, so I'm on my own, but I'll probably just work. That's what I do. I work. And very importantly, work is what I want to do. It's precisely what I want to do. It's a very good #use of time. Softypapa here from the Softypapa store with a real treasure. Okay, this one's going to require some notes and explanation. I had to do some research to understand it. On first glance, you'll probably recognize what this is if you're familiar with Japanese culture. It's a bento box, a lunch box as they're called. It's got a lid and a body, but it's more than your average lunch box. Let's take a close look. Taking a look from back here, you'll see that the box has this lid. It's got this beautiful oval pattern, oval shape. The lid comes off very easily and can sit aside right there. And then this is the area where the food would be placed. So some rice, some savory bits, maybe some pickled plums, something like that. Now let's go in for a closer look. Okay, zooming in nice and tight, we can see that it is made of wood. In fact, I have to check my notes once in a while. It's hinoki, which is a very high quality Japanese wood that is grown up in the mountains here around our home. And you can see that it's sealed here. The hinoki was sealed and wrapped. This little black bit right there, that's a maker's mark, which helps us to date it as well. It's woven, it's sealed with cherry, somehow right in here, it's sewn together with mountain cherry tree bark. So somehow they would take the cherry tree bark, make it into like a thread-like compound and kind of wrap it. Let's see if I can get better zoom. Okay, well now we're in tight. You can see there's a little bit of lacquer missing right there. Oh, you can almost see it. Maybe that's revealing that lack of lacquer right there. Sorry, it's hard to hold steady at this zoom level. Maybe that's the actual cherry, bits, the bark that was used to sew it together. Now it's got a lot of wear. It's been used quite a bit. Let's take a look here. More of the sewn bits brought together. This dark edge around the corner is one of the distinguishing characteristics of this. There's the other maker's mark again right there. It's actually kind of a burned brand on the wood and then covered with lacquer. This is called Ikawa Mempa. Now let's go ahead and put that on here. Goes on no problem as the rain kind of continues pattering down. And it kind of has a nice seal along here. Kind of a very similar color to Mr. Daruma over there. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this item and what makes it so special. The rain is coming down today here in Shizuoka Prefecture. I'm on the outskirts of the city. And up in the mountains, there's a community called Ikawa. It's like the last mountain. Think of like, if you're familiar with America, think of like Silverton, Colorado, way up in the mountains at the edge of the Great Peaks. And Ikawa was kind of the last stop for gold miners and high mountain explorers and people that did loggers and things like that. And it served a lot of needs. There's a big lake up there now. And there was a family up there, the Mochizuki family, that for 8 generations now has been making these boxes. Ikawa is the name of the community. Mempa is what this is. So this is Ikawa Mempa. And when I bought this from the antique dealer, he went out of his way. You think he was a little frustrated with me because he didn't want to sell this to me if I didn't really know what it was. So he made sure that I took away the term Ikawa Mempa so that I could look it up, which is exactly what I did, which is why I'm able to tell you about it now. And I showed it to my sister-in-law, Yoko, after I bought it, because we were at the place together, and she said, "Oh, Ikawa Mempa." She recognized it right off the bat. It's very distinct, very famous for the Shizuoka Suruga area, is what this area is called, used to be called. This deep dark color and this black along the edge rims are kind of that is a distinguishing trademark of it. Now let me go over a couple of my notes. Gee, don't drop it. Okay, now let's go over some of my notes to tell you what I learned about this. So put this right here so you can kind of get a look at it as I talk. It's the current manufacturer is a gentleman named Mochizuki Eiichi is his name. He's the sixth generation maker of these, not eighth generation, sixth generation. These originated in the Taisho and Meiji period. So think around, starting sometime around 1868 through about 1912 is when they were in production. This one dates from that range. There's some ways that we can tell, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. It's a designated folk craft here in Shizuoka. And it's, like I said, it's bent hinoki, sewn with mountain cedar bark, mountain cherry bark, and these were made for workmen. They were made for woodsmen, miners, and tea pickers. And this craft goes all the way back to the late Edo period. But the Ikawa Mempa is from the Meiji to the Taisho period. That's about all I know of it. I do want to. There was something I wanted to point out as well. Oh, how do I be able to date it? It's this mark right here. Do you see that little brandy thing right there? And you can see one here as well. It's not in focus very well. That is a brand that was burned into it and then lacquer put upon it to identify the maker. That branding technique was used in that earlier period, the Meiji and the Taisho period. After that, they came to having more of an assigned nature, and then later a paper label that would be put inside. So these brands kind of reliably date with this item, where this item is coming from. So if you're a fan of Japanese lunchboxes, especially antique lunchboxes, in great shape. I mean, it's worn, it's been well used, but structurally it's quite intact. I don't see any cracks. Other than the fact that I almost knocked it off my balcony here. It's in great shape. It's fine. I didn't knock it off. Beautiful patina of age. You can actually take it, there's a center here in Shizuoka, I read that you can take these old Ikawa Mimpu, wait, I'm saying it right, Ikawa Mempa, and you can get them relacquered, but I wouldn't do that with this one, right? This is I think the old patina is part of the beauty of the item. There you go. It'll be a link down below. So we've aged it, we've dated it, and we've identified it. It's about the best we can do, right? I'll give you some photos. The link will be down below. And I told you already how the gentleman that sold me to this, I picked it up and I wanted to ask him about it, and I could see in his eyes. He was like, "Ah, man, this foreigner doesn't know what this is." It's like, imagine you're like buying like some specialty folk craft of wherever you grew up, right? And then someone from overseas wants to buy it, but they don't know what it is, right? And you're like, I don't want to let it go to them because they won't know what it is. So I made him a promise that I would look it up, and I did, and now I understand what it is. I've shared that with you. Here it is as the rain starts to come down. There's a couple photos. Thanks for dropping by. Wow. Well, it's here. So I got a message from a YouTube viewer that they were sending a gift, and here it is right here. It just arrived. I was just got the message and responded to them. So I'll open it up. The dogs are all upset at the postman. Yeah, where's that bad old postman? Where's that bad old postman? How nice. You know what? Why am I hanging the laundry on a wet, rainy day? We bought that new Japanese style a bath area that has a clothes dryer in the bath. I'm gonna go do that there. Simply bring these down from up above and put them in here. Okay, I've got everything hung up here with the postman's outside again and dogs are going nuts. Everything's hung up. So you just simply close the door here, seal that up, and then press the button here. And that will start the unit up above here to dries the clothes. They'll all dry by the a little later. Okay, I'll see you cool Rudy now. Coming. Just had a close encounter with the Japanese giant hornet. I was out here on the patio, and just came flying in from the bamboo forest right up to my chest. And I just reached up and boop, knocked it away, flew back away. I wonder if it's gonna come back. I wonder if it went home to get its sisters. Okay, it's almost noon and all my listing work is done. Whew, I am exhausted. It was hard. I was listing an antique bento box. Very, very special item from the Ikawa village area up in the mountains. There's a lone craftsman up there, 6th generation. He's been producing these things, and it's an original from like 120 years ago. Anyway, I got that done. And some new bourbon crackers. And let's check on the laundry real quick. You can see, oh wow, it's really warm in here. You can hear the fan blowing up there, drying all the laundry very nicely. It's very, very nice. For lunch, I'm getting ramen at my favorite ramen place. Too much. I tend to come here when I'm alone. That's the one for me. I'm gonna get that big size. Uh, すみません。これは何？担々麺を一つ、重い盛りサイズ。重い。ビッグサイズ。はい。お願いします。はい。はい。あ、卵、エッグ。ね、ありがとう。Thank you. You speak English?
担々麺に大盛りで味玉です。
ありがとう。That's not at all unusual to happen. You come and the person you're trucking with, their English is better than your Japanese, you just kind of switch. Okay, here's lunch. Turns out the server speaks English too, so it sometimes happens. That's some good looking ramen. Let's enjoy. Got this one going too. All right, so lunch is done. I'm home. I went to the, I just leave both cameras going. This is kind of fun. I went to the to Ondo to get some new product for the store. You know, if you watch my videos, my live videos, I keep this little. This is called this Katori Senko Buta. I just call it Boo Boo. You know, it's a for is incense to keep the mosquitoes away. See it burning in there? Right there? Anyway, people have been asking me about it because it shows up in my videos. And it works really, really well. I live right next to I've got a bamboo forest in my backyard full of mosquitoes, and they don't come in the room because of this. So people have been asking about it, so I'm going to add it to my store. So I went down and got the 2 Katori Senko. I got the small one and the big one, and I'll add this to the store tomorrow. So we took care of that. And by the way, you know, so I don't care telling where people I get stuff and stuff. My prices for my merchandise items are basically almost break even when I apply sale prices to them. So I mean, really, it's only antiques that I really make any profit at all. This kind of stuff is just kind of like supplying it to the world. So I'll just put this back over there. I did that. Now I'm back, and I was gonna wait till tonight, but it looks like Yumiko and Yoko are gonna be gone to open this gift from some visitors. I want to make sure I don't hold it up in an address to show. I don't care if you see my address, but I don't want their address. So anyway, it's a box from. I had visited by some folks recently. Oh, there it is, and they sent me this nice box. We went up in the mountains, had a nice adventure. I don't want to say any names. I don't know how people feel about their privacy. So I thought I'd open the box and we can see what's in here together, shall we? Okay, so I got these great scissors that I'm using with my business, and you go like this and go like that. See that? And it becomes a cutter. So let's open the box. Works really well. This will be, oh, and it cuts myself too. Oh, I see. If you want to do that, scissors, you have to put it back. What is in here? There's a nice letter. Wow. Nothing, there's nothing personal in here, but I can read it. Dear Kurt and Himiko, we just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you for taking us to the Japanese Alps and for the unforgettable trip to the village of the Long Bear, Nagaguma. What an incredible experience that was. We have included a few snacks from the UK. Hopefully they've survived the journey without melting. All the best. Well, I think it's okay if I just say their first names, right? Yeah. It's Hannah and Jason. Thank you so much, Hannah and Jason. That was really nice. I really enjoyed your visit, and that was a nice trip that we had. And so just a letter. There's a, looks like there's an inventory item here. There's McVitie's bourbon biscuits. Well, let me see if I can open. Maybe I can find the item and go through them. So well packaged. Wow, it's like a whole. Good goodness gracious! It just goes on and on. Wow, look at all this stuff. Really amazing. So let's read first, and then we'll take a look. McVitie's bourbon biscuits, first created in 1915 by Peak Friends. The bourbon is one of the oldest chocolate sandwich biscuits still widely enjoyed. Scottish shortbread, with roots tracing back to the 12th century Scotland. Shortbread was refined by Mary, Queen of Scots, in the 16th century. Double Decker, these are one line, one section for each one. Double Decker, released by Cadbury in 1976. It was named after the famous British double-decker bus and made to fill you up. Yorkie, introduced by Rotrees in 1976 as a man's chocolate, it challenged dainty bar stereotypes with unapologetic chunkiness. Jaffa Cakes, created by McVitie's in 1927, Jaffa Cakes famously sparked a tax debate over whether they're legally cakes or biscuits. I wonder if there's tax consequences to either. White Twirl, a limited edition of the original 1987 Twirl Bar. The white chocolate version became a viral sensation upon its 2020 re-release. Aero, first made by Rotrees in 1935, it was one of the earliest chocolates to feature a bubbly, aerated texture. Milky Way, launched in, I know that one, and I know the biscuits too, Scottish shortbread. Milky Way, launched in the UK in 1935 by Mars, it differs from the American version, and was marketed as a light snack that won't ruin your appetite. Flake, invented by accident by Cadbury in 1920 when excess chocolate formed delicate ribbons during production. Snowdonia Cheese Company Rhubarb and Gin Chutney, a contemporary creation by the artisan Welsh brand known for innovative flavor pairings with a nod to local ingredients and craft traditions. And this is the second page. Marks & Spencer's Cheese Cruncher biscuits, part of M&S's long-standing tradition of elevating British snacking since their first food hall opened in 1931. Yorkshire Tea Bags, launched in the 1970s by tailors of Harrogate. This tea was crafted to suit the region's water and quickly became a UK favorite. Savour bakes roe Scottish oat cakes, inspired by traditional Scottish recipes dating back centuries. Oat cakes were once a staple of Highland soldiers. Party rings, introduced by Fox's Biscuits in 1983, and colorful treats became iconic at British children's parties through the 80s and 90s. Yorkshire Tea Biscuit Brew, a modern twist created in 2018, combining the taste of tea and biscuits in one cup. No dunking required. It's so well written. Dairy Milk Bar, first made in 1905 by Cadbury, it revolutionized chocolate with a higher milk content than any rival at the time. Mini Cheddars, launched by Jacobs in the 1980s, these baked cheesy snacks became a lunchbox essential across Britain. Beef hula hoops, first produced in 1973, hula hoops became known for their fun shape and bold flavors like original beef. Space Raiders crisps. Isn't crisp what you guys say for, the British say for potato chip, right? Space Raiders crisps, a budget-friendly, alien-themed snack introduced in the 1980s, popular in school tuck shops across the UK. What's a tuck shop? Is it like a snack shop? I don't know. I thought it's a truck stop at first, but tuck shop sounds like it's a school, um, you know, what would you call it, a pantry or school commissary, maybe? Caramac, released by Macintoshes in 1959. This caramel flavored bar has maintained cult status despite its unique taste and texture. Tunnocks caramel wafer biscuits, created in 1952 by the Scottish bakery Tunnocks. These are now exported to over 30 countries. Strawberries and cream pips, inspired by traditional British hard sweets. These flavors echo the classic summer pairings often enjoyed at Wimbledon. Jamie Dodgers, launched in 1960 by Burton Biscuits. These jam-filled favorites were named after a Beano comic character, Roger the Dodger. Wow, such a great description. Now let's take these out one by one and have a look. Walker's cheese and onion crisps, I think these are. Only 50p. Space Raiders pickled onion. Oh, what's this? A tea towel. Isn't that nice? Wow. I love that. Look at that. I guess a tea towel is used for, like, in the kitchen or something. I love that. It's got a really nice texture to it as well. Yorkshire tea biscuit brew. I guess that's the tea. Let's have a proper break. 40 tea bags. I feel like I'm getting just a mini pantry full of beautiful UK British streets. Jacob's mini cheddars, the red Leicester. Hula hoops. I've heard of these, and that's just because I read about them. Ooh, Werther's. I love these. These are my favorite candies. Everybody loves those. And Yumiko does too. Jaffa cakes, the original. Oh, we're gonna have to try these out with Yoko and have her, when she's over, I'll try all these out. She'll like it too. Mini cheddars. What's in here? It's in its own little British bag. It's like a lolly. Oh, it's a chocolate. It's shaped like a, I bet you that lifts up or something, no? Like a British bobby, right? No, not a bobby, that's like the Queen's Guard. Make way for the Queen! Or the King. Double decker. Ooh, what's this? A jar. Snowdonia Cheese Company rhubarb and gin chutney. Flake. All butter Cornish cruncher biscuits. Sherbet pips. Oh wait, there's more. There's yet another layer. So well packaged. Milky Way 2. Yorkie. Twirl. Ooh, Caramac. I think I'm gonna like this. I can tell I like that kind of candy. Arrow. Caramel, a whole bag full of these bars. Dairy milk. Wow, I'm gonna fill up the snack thing. Yumiko's gonna be so excited. Shortbread. I love shortbread. Wagon wheels. Party rings. Open that up. There's 2. Party rings and Jammies Dodgers. McVitie's Tasties. Yorkshire tea. Scottish rough oat cakes. That looks good. I think that's the one I'm going to try. Being Scotch in my background. And look at this. Oh, Yumiko's going to love this. This Habitat bag. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all this stuff in this Habitat bag and put it downstairs so that Yumiko can see it. The only reason I waited, I actually received this package earlier. And the reason that I waited, I was going to wait to open it until Yumiko got home. She's out with her sister all day, but I got a message from Hannah just a minute ago saying, because I told her the package arrived, and she said, make sure you get it into the refrigerator as soon as possible. I thought, ooh, because it's really hot, these are perishable items, I better open it up. So I opened it up, but there we go. And Yumiko's going to love it. She loves carrying these kind of bags around town. Yoko's going to be jealous as well. Let me see, I'm going to try, of all this haul of stuff, the thing I want to try are the Scottish rough oat cakes because of my Scottish background. Let's give this a try. And Hannah and Jason, thank you so much. So generous you are. I'm going to have to increase my exercise regime a little more. Stay on top of this. Oh, I see. These are like a cracker. You want to put some cheese on top of it. I'll get some cheese for this. Yeah, Rudy. And Jason and Hannah, thank you. Hannah, I know I'm probably saying it wrong. Oh, there goes Ollie. Ollie's getting upset at something. Thank you so much. Now Rudy's going to bark too. Thank you so much. This is so nice of you, and I had a nice time when you came to visit. We made some good memories. I really do appreciate it. So I'll package all of this up, put it back, and show it to Yumiko tonight, and she'll be so excited. Jason and Hannah, thank you so much, Hannah. All right. Okay, back out. Now out walking the dogs for the evening. It's been another day. Totally been working all day, all afternoon at least, at my business, improving the product for the senbei crackers. The product descriptions, and updating the photos, and improving, setting up promotions for those. So, because basically the crackers and stuff like that is just basically, that's bringing customers into the store. When I sell them, I basically break even. So getting all that all set up. One more to go, and but I want to take the dogs out. Yumiko and Yoko are still out. We're gonna have pizza over at their house a little later. I got a little bit of a break in the rain, so I wanted to jump out the dogs real quick before that. Another day where there's just not much to say along the way. Just doing it, just working hard. Now walk hard. Another big improvement today, actually over the last 2 days, I think 3 days, is I've found I've gone wide on the boxes for shipping in order to, because I'm going free shipping on all orders, so I have to economize, and it doesn't mean I have to skimp. It just means I have to make sure there's no empty or very little unnecessary empty space in the boxes, just enough room for a buffer for safety and to make sure that there's a cushion, but not so much that I'm just shipping empty space, you know. And I found the perfect size box for sending bags of senbei rice crackers. Just the right amount of space, enough little bit of a buffer, no need for extra unnecessary packing material, and a good low weight, but a good strong sturdy box. It was nice to find that, and then I added that information as well to all the senbei listings. Feels like I really got a lot done today. Okay, I've dropped the dogs off and grabbed a beer. My daughter sent me a whole package of Asahi Super Dries to enjoy. Hold on, there's a dog I'll wait afterwards. I know her, she got a friendly dog. My daughter sent me a whole package for my birthday, or maybe it was Father's Day. And I don't really drink much anymore, so I don't get too many chances. So if we're having dinner over at Yoko's, I might grab one. I had such a productive day. I still have a little, I keep going on and on about it, but it's significant to me. You know, it's funny, this whole retiring in Japan thing has become working in Japan. Retiring in Japan, in fact, didn't work out so well for me. I mean, I'm still retired, but you know, not being engaged at work is the part that I missed. So, carry on. I've learned a lot about myself in the last 6 months. Come to reconcile some facts about myself. If you'd asked me 9 months ago what kind of retired guy I'd be, I'd say, well, I'm going to be one of those guys that knows very well what to do with himself. I'm going to have no trouble at all with freedom. I'm going to wear it like a well-worn hiking boot that I just get to put on all the time and never take off, and enjoy adventuring. Like today, I could have gone for an adventure today. I could have taken the Jimny and, you know, take care of, feed the dogs in the morning and gone up into the mountains. No, I didn't want to do that. What? I wanted to work. Now maybe this will die down, and I think it will, but it will remain as a steady cadence and kind of like an engine humming in the background of my life, probably for the rest of my days. Because there's such a yield that comes from it, the sense of satisfying endeavor, a sense of purpose, a sense of gain, you know, in the financial aspect, and also the satisfaction of creating a marketable product from something that's difficult. I mean, I got someone today, someone that's Scandalmania, if you see this, an old name from the YouTube days, wrote to me with a photo of an old Shinto religious item sticker that I used to have in my store back in the old days, saying, can I get that again? Which is exciting, because you know, that's the kind of item that it's really hard to find on the internet. Yeah, I know where to get it. I know the shrine where I can get it. I can do that. And I told Scandalmania, and if you see this, that I'll get that in there. That's going to open the doors to have Shinto items again. Wow. Okay. Well, continue along the bumpity bump route. I'm almost there. Pizza and a beer. And then another dog walk, bath. I finished that one listing. Watch a little of Mo on Netflix. Yeah, I'm watching TV. That's fun too. And in bed. And then rinse and repeat tomorrow. Get to ship tomorrow. Post office is open tomorrow. Maybe a couple more clips before the end of the evening. Let's see. Okay, dinner's done. We had pizza. It was really good. And I had a beer. That was really good too. I'm gonna go home. We're gonna take the dogs for another walk. The ladies are just behind me there. I'm racing ahead because I need to go upstairs and turn off that live stream. It's still running and pointing at nothing, which is just fine. I think there's a couple people still watching. It's nice to hear the sounds. That's my house up there. See how dark it is? I live in that dark area right up there, right in dead center. That's my backyard. So you're getting, anybody that's watching is getting a nice view of Japanese wilderness, because it really is wild behind my house. So go up there and do that. And I did get a request today, like I said before, from for some omomori. So I think maybe tomorrow I might go to the shrine, or maybe I'll go on Wednesday. There's my backyard up there in the darkness right up there. I'll go up there and get the omomori that the person asked for. All right, that's it. Sign off. Let me go upstairs, turn the camera off. Then we'll take the dogs for a walk. Thanks for joining me for another day of retiring in Japan. Can you tell there's a spring in my step? A liveliness that has returned by virtue of the fact of work. Because work, eBay is work, and work is good. It's a good tagline for a retired guy. Yeah. Okay. See you tomorrow, maybe. Bye-bye.